Well, folks, what if I told you that there was a biographer of Barack Obama who uncovered a bunch of bombshells about him years ago, and the media just ignored all those bombshells? Well, that's precisely what happened. There's a massively important interview over at Tablet Magazine, which is a great website that's worth the read. They did an interview with a historian named David Garrow, who wrote a Pulitzer Prize-winning biography of Martin Luther King. And then in 2017, he had a biography of Barack Obama in his early years, and it was called Rising Stars. By all rights, it should have been like a massive hit, this book, because it actually uncovered a bunch of stuff about Obama that the media never would have covered. Like, for example, the fact that in Dreams from My Father, which is almost entirely fictionalized, apparently, according to David Garrow, that when Barack Obama wrote his first memoir, Dreams from My Father, he has an incident where he broke up with a white girlfriend, supposedly because she couldn't understand why he wanted to get in touch with his black identity. And what actually happened is that she broke up with him because he was covering for raving black anti-Semites. That's what David Garrow uncovered. Media never checked into it. They never found the girlfriend. They never dug into anything remotely related to Barack Obama. By the way, other revelations included in this book were actual handwritten letters from Barack Obama to one of his girlfriends talking about his, and this is a direct quote, repeatedly fantasizing about making love to men. I mean, that's pretty bombshell kind of stuff, no? I mean, pretty wild and salacious. None of it received virtually any coverage at the time. But why? And the answer is because the media, when Barack Obama rose to the presidency, and as he made that rise, the media decided that they were now the actual Praetorian Guard. They were always biased to the left, but there's certainly a level of baseline honesty that required them to still report on things. And then Barack Obama rose to the level of the presidency, and every institution was weaponized on behalf of this man personally. That's actually what happened. The entire comedic institutional structure, for example, said it is forbidden to make jokes about Obama. You cannot make jokes about this absolutely self-obsessed, ridiculous man because he is actually a messianic figure. You remember that Chris Rock said that he's like the country's dad. This is the kind of, so comedy, out. Entertainment, out. They were all worshiping at the altar. The media, out. And our public institutions also started reflecting everything with regard to Obama. David Samuels of Tablet, who's interviewing Garrow, he said, Rising Star highlights a remarkable lack of curiosity on the part of mainstream reporters and institutions about a man who almost instantaneously was treated less like a politician and more like the idol of an inter-elite cult. And it's true, like the entire tech world revolved around Barack Obama. He became like the center of the political universe. Everybody thinks the center of the political universe is Donald Trump, but that's not actually right. The center of the political universe since 2008 has been Barack Obama. Donald Trump is a reaction to Barack Obama. Joe Biden is a reaction to Donald Trump and happens to be the third term of Barack Obama, since every person in position of major staffing power is a Barack Obama acolyte. Innovation Refunds has been helping small businesses that qualify to get a business payroll tax refund through the Employee Retention Credit, also known as the ERC. The ERC is a tax refund for businesses that kept employees on payroll for parts of 2020 and 2021. If you own a business with more than 5 employees, you could have money waiting to be claimed. Have you ever started your application for the ERC but you didn't actually go all the way through it? Well, Innovation Refunds team of independent tax attorneys, they specialize in those applications. So you're not going to have to worry about potential errors or navigating complex IRS guidelines. Let their team guide you through the remaining steps and find out if you're eligible in the first place. Innovation Refunds does not provide tax or legal advice. They work with independent networks of tax professionals and will share information with them to evaluate and process your claims. Go to getrefunds.com to determine eligibility. If you qualify, you could be on your way to receiving money for your business. There's no upfront charge since they don't get paid unless you get paid. Go to getrefunds.com or dial 1-843-REFUNDS. That's getrefunds.com or dial 1-843-REFUNDS. Terms and conditions apply. If you paid too much money to the federal government over the past few years, why not see if you can get that tax refund? After all, money is getting a lot tighter. Go to getrefunds.com or dial 1-843-REFUNDS to get started. I got to tell you, obviously, I'm short on sleep. As I mentioned yesterday on the show, our baby had RSV over the weekend, which meant that we were at the hospital over the weekend. So I'm tired, a lot of kids, dog, a lot going on. And there's one thing I hate above all things, and that, of course, is vegetables. Vegetables are terrible, but I have a solution. Balance of Nature fruits and veggies. They're a great way to make sure you're getting essential nutritional ingredients every single day. Through Balance of Nature's advanced cold vacuum process, the vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients of the fruits and veggies are preserved, so you can get that vital nutrition in each capsule. Balance of Nature is a whole food supplement with no additives, fillers, extracts, synthetics, pesticides, or added sugar. Pure fruits and veggies. Those are the things they put in their capsules. Balance of Nature sent a bunch of their product down to the studio for my team to try. Everybody loves it. Producer Jake, that guy hates soybeans, like with the fiery passion of 1,000 suns, but he loves Balance of Nature's fruit and veggie capsules. They make him feel great, and they're easy to take. It's also kosher, so it means that I can actually testify to the quality of the product. For a limited time this summer, when you become a preferred customer at Balance of Nature, they're throwing in a free fruit and veggies travel set and giving you an additional $25 off your very first order. Go to balanceofnature.com, use promo code Shapiro for a free travel set and $25 off your first order as a preferred customer. That's balanceofnature.com, promo code Shapiro. Barack Obama, by the way, still resides most of the year in Washington, D.C., and it's amazing to me that nobody's actually attempted to track down how much does Barack Obama actually talk with all the people who used to work with him and shape policy inside the Biden administration. And again, the corruption of all of our institutions on the back of Barack Obama's personal self-obsession is truly an amazing thing. So David Garrow, this biographer of Obama, he says in this interview, quote, he has no interest in building the Democratic Party as an institution. I think that's obvious. I don't think he had any truly deep, meaningful policy commitments other than the need to feel and to be perceived as victorious, as triumphant. But because all the institutions went into defend Obama mode, that has carried forward to Joe Biden. And here's the thing. They could get away with it when it actually was Barack Obama, because Barack Obama had this sort of messianic quality to him. Right? He was actually a really good speaker. He was actually a celebrity type. But Joe Biden isn't. And so as that mask is stripped away, and as the media have just been demonstrably proved to be members of that inter-elite cult, of course faith in them has absolutely plummeted. And of course the country has polarized, because the institutions that at least used to have sort of a baseline goal and purpose they had to fulfill, even if there was political bias involved, everyone distrusts those institutions now, and for absolutely good reason. And what that also means is it's very easy when an institution fails to immediately attribute it to this sort of inter-elite cult status. Is it failure or is it malice? Now, I've said many times that I try to attribute as much as I can to stupidity rather than malice. But the problem is when malice has been pursued over and over and over again against a particular point of view, at a certain point, you start to see that maybe it's not stupidity, maybe it is malice. That doesn't mean all of it's malice, but it means it's easy to over-attribute to malice rather than to stupidity, which leads to further political polarization. And that seems to be what's been happening all over the place, institutionally speaking, in the United States, to really grave effect, by the way. Because what it means is that each side is now bouncing off the other. Republicans are reacting to anything Democrats say by saying that if Democrats hate it, we must love it, which is a bad idea. And Democrats are reacting to anything the Republicans say by saying that if Republicans like it, we must hate it. All of that was created by the Barack Obama era. This is not Donald Trump's era. This is still Barack Obama's era. We're just living in the aftermath of that era. As I've said many times about Donald Trump, people say that he killed American politics, destroyed American politics. Donald Trump was not the murderer. Barack Obama was the murderer. Donald Trump is the coroner who stumbled on the body and declared it dead. Are you tired of the lies and the twists of the mainstream media talking points? Yeah, me too. Join me in my newest series, Fact, where I dismantle and bring truth to this tiring mainstream agenda.